Scratch. Introduction to Game Creation. You have already learned basics of Scratch programming in previous class. You have been familiar with the tools in Scratch and you have learned making sprite in Scratch. Now, you will learn advanced utilities of Scratch including game creation. What can you do with Scratch? Scratch is a programming language for all, even for kids. It's very easy to learn and use. They can create animations like never before. For older kids or teens, they can create single-level or multi-levels Scratch games. Teachers and adults can also use Scratch to create effective education tools. First look at Scratch. Start Scratch program. Sprite Preview lets you preview a project. Sprite Selection and Creation lets you select an existing sprite or create a new sprite. Sprite Editor lets you edit a sprite's scripts, costumes, and sounds. Let's take a look at available sample projects. Click Open on the top of the Scratch window. If projects are not already selected, click Projects to go to the default Scratch Projects directory. You'll want to try Animation and Games. My favorite from the sample projects are Daydream from Animation folder, Tools in Scratch. The basic tools in Scratch are as shown here. Fill tool, Rectangle tool, Ellipse tool, Eyedropper tool, Stamp tool, Select tool, Text tool, Line tool, Paintbrush, Eraser. Drawing in Scratch. We'll start with the drawing in Scratch. Start a new Scratch project. Click on the cat sprite and then click on Costumes. Click the cross beside Costume 2 to delete it. Click on Edit button on Costume 1. The Paint editor should appear. Click the Clear button and now draw a simple arrow pointing to the right. The easiest way to do this is to select first Line tool and then click the arrow for brush size and select the second or third smallest size. Now draw a simple arrow. Click OK to save the arrow. Changing sprites. You can change or create sprites by using the new sprite. To go on Sprite 2, click on its icon. And to go Sprite 1, click on its icon. Changing sprites, images and shapes. You have already made a cartoon in Scratch, so now you have to change images in different directions as shown here. To create back view, make a copy of costume front. Click Copy button next to costume front. Use Erase tool to erase eyes and mouth. Use Eyedropper tool to copy the face color. Then use Fill tool to paste the color in the empty area. Click OK to save. Rename this costume as Back. Then copy the costume back. Erase extra body parts. Redraw body parts. Refill color of the face and the pant using Eyedropper tool and Fill tool. Click OK to save and rename this costume as facing left. Copy the costume facing left and click to flip the figure horizontally. Click OK to save and rename the costume as facing right. We've just created 4 costumes for the same sprite: front, back, facing right, and facing left.